My name is Diego Fernandez. I'm going to be a junior at South Salem High School. I study under Dr. Abigail Sperling and Martha Long, and yeah, I'm very excited to be here with you.
That's great. I'm so happy you're here. Tell me a little bit about the piece you're playing, because when I saw this, I was like, I don't know this piece.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
actually
excited.
It's an uncommon piece here in the United States, much more popular in New Zealand, where it was written by Mr. Anthony Ritchie. He actually wrote it for Alexa Still in his residency over there when she was playing with the, I forgot what orchestra was specifically.
Auckland, I think. Auckland Symphony, right?
I think it was actually a different one when he wrote this one. Yeah.
Oh, when he wrote this one. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to school with her. She's one of my really close friends.
That's cool.
Love her. She's fantastic.
I hope I do this piece justice then.
I'm sure you will. I'm excited to hear it. So, which movement are you going to play? And thank you for bringing a copy.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing just the first movement today.
Oh, look how high that goes in measure 11. Yikes! Okay. Why don't you play a few notes just to get used to the space and... Nice hall, right?
Yeah, it's really nice. Wow. My first opportunity to kind of play in a hall like this.
Right. Oh, yay! Really?
Yeah.
But you play. It says that you play also in the Portland Youth Philharmonic.
Oh yeah, but like
not here.
Not here.
Okay.
Not here, like by myself with just emptiness.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Great.
Can I skip the major rests?
Yes, please. beautiful. Wow, you sound great. You sound really fantastic. A couple things. Because this really uses the very high end of the flute and the very low end of the flute. I feel like the lower is just harder. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
And what do you find when you're playing? Like, what are you doing here?
I'm trying to kind of like make sure it's relaxed and the aperture is fairly wide and sort of. I'm thinking more flat and slow.
Slow air, right? And then and across, or in the downward direction, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm noticing is when you're going for the low register, because it's like you want it to come out and you want it to be loud, right? So sometimes what happens is we tend to force, and then it just makes the ear instrument kind of goes like that instead of like into the flute. So I'm gonna try something with you, okay? And then tell me, like, let's look at something really, really low first, okay?
I know there's a low section like here.
Oh yeah, that's too hard. Let's look at an easier low section. No, I mean it's not hard for you, but yeah, we could do that. But let's just try this first, okay? Because so can you just play right there just play the first 2 bars, and then I'm gonna ask you to change one thing and see if you like it, okay? Okay, now, that's hard down there, right? And you can hear that the low C sharp is not speaking right away, right? So, and then, so if I'm here and I'm playing, let me see the notes. Right, that's where you are, right? So now here's your position. I'm already having trouble, right? Now I'm gonna take the flute and I'm gonna do this. Now watch this. Nothing else is moving. How's that?
It sounded a lot more kind of like present.
Right. So what I'm doing actually is I'm taking the flute, and this is like a Rompal thing. I'm taking the flute from here, where, hear how thin the sound is? Now I'm going to walk the flute this way, and I'm going to take it off this corner of my lip. Because what's happening is as you're going to get the sound out, you're kind of bearing on the corners. They're coming down and it's taking your airstream and it's pulling it out of the flute instead of going down. So let's see how much we want to mess with this. Yeah. And it's really just for the low register, and I'll explain why in a second. But so pick up the flute and play where you normally play, and then let's just have a little bit of fun. Right there, yeah. Right. Now bring the flute forward like this far. Yeah, now play that low C sharp.
Ooh.
Right? It's kind of smoky, right? Then also bring your head down a tiny bit and do the same thing again. Like bring it, like walk it, like it's like a good 3 inches, right? Much easier, right?
Yeah.
Now play in that position. Play that tune there. Now, when you start, don't tell your flute how long it's going to be. Make it guess. What are the notes? Okay. Really, Tara? Oh, they're hard. Okay, let's skip the E. How do you like that?
Yeah, it feels kind of like similarly to how I'm going to blow in like the middle register.
Exactly. So the thing about the head joint is that there's, for the low register, you want to think that the dark side of the flute is kind of over here, and the sweeter side of the flute is on this side. So when I bring the flute forward, like I would never taper in the high register in this position. No way, no how. Because too much air is going into the tube. I want to control how much air, probably bring it back. So when you're just playing in the low register, like if I'm down, let's look at that other noodly bit. This one here too, yikes! Right, it's supposed to. It allows me to bring my top lip forward also, and I can direct the air better. If you're far back, what happens is the top lip gets pressed against the teeth, and then the air is also like that. Yeah. So try again. Start here. So you're gonna be here, like here, then. See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Try. Right. Yeah. Now do it once where you stay in the same position. You don't come forward. harder to get it out. It wants to crack because you're not getting the air into the tube. So it encourages to get the flute off the bottom part of the face, right? So now play the whole passage here, and then you're down, you stay down there, and then you come back to your other position when you get to here, okay? Right there. One more time. Right. Now the other thing that's happening actually is, have you heard this before, that maybe sometimes you press a little hard on the flute?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening actually is that your flute's wiggling, so you're not making contact. Like the one place that you really kind of need to maintain stability is right here where the reed, this is your reed, where the reed is of the flute. So as you come down, try to actually hold more of the flute in the left hand and think more about lifting your fingers in the right hand. It's gonna sound really weird. Like, okay, ready? This is crazy, but go like this with your hand. What position is it in?
Sort of kind of like an upward, just like about to grab something kind of?
Yeah, your hand is almost closed, right? Now go like this and relax. So which one takes more energy, this or that?
Open.
Right, so the same thing on the flute is like if you just lift your fingers rather than squeeze, you actually will get faster, and then you'll also maintain stability. If I have to move a lot of this hand, I'm definitely gonna be holding the flute more here, just balanced here, thumb forward, and then playing so the flute doesn't move, so I can be all around here without it going like vertically up and down. Because that vertical displacement also changes how much air goes into the instrument. Does that make sense? So let's think about that. Maybe raise the flute a little bit as you get down lower, okay? And how's that feel?
It felt a lot more kind of like control. Like I didn't need to do too much besides like just movement.
Just move a little bit forward, right? And it's very, like if you look at pictures of Ron Paul, like if you watch Ron Paul videos?
Yeah.
I love Ron Paul. It's one of my, that sound is just in my ear, you know?
Yeah.
And a very stable player, like there was like nothing. He wasn't all over the place. He was amazing. Okay, so that's the first thing about the position. Now the next thing is the breath with the D, the breath of your sound, and the support that you use when you play, right? That's a big issue. So how do you find, for instance, like this passage, like right here, it's just a scale, right? It's a B, it's an F major scale. Can you play it once for me? Right, so now you see a crescendo under, right? So what I hear is like your sound is not really changing as it goes. Like I don't feel like you're supporting ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I feel like it's ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Right, you're letting up. So as I go up with the airspeed, because I'm making a crescendo, I'm gonna actually support it with an increased velocity. So instead of, that's not doing anything. That's doing a little bit of just like you're in the car and the tires are on the road, you turn the corner but you're not slowing down.
Yeah.
So can you just try increasing the airspeed on the last 3 notes of this? Do it again, yep. Good, now you can hear the connection between the E and the D. We're going from a place where there's little resistance to more resistance, so you really have to start increasing the airspeed like as you leave the D, not just on the E. Otherwise you'll get a lump in your sound. Try it again. There you go. How does that feel?
It felt more kind of like just like one motion.
Exactly. So what I hear in your playing, like I hear like you sound so great. You have like really, really beautiful color to your tone, you're a lot of control, but the scope of your dynamics are not like, your forte doesn't really like get really loud, because I know you're also trying to control the pitch, right?
Yeah.
There's that too. So as you go up, just try to increase the airspeed just a tiny, tiny bit. Even when you're noodling here, let me just see, it's supposed to, and then, you know, like just kind of like following the line up.
Yeah.
Can you try that? Yeah, good. Don't give up right there. That was already so much more interesting to me. Like, did it feel like it's more fun to play?
Yeah, it felt a lot kind of like, when I do this introduction, I kind of think of something kind of like laid back. It's not too like energetic just yet, and that kind of gave it that little bit of characteristic, if that makes sense.
Right. So can you go like this with your hand? I'm gonna do this. Okay. So I'm gonna meet your hand. Okay. Now touch my yeah. Now push against my so that there's a steady push against me, move me, push me. Go ahead. That's what I need you to feel. Not tension, but I need you to feel that. And then that accent here, that it's not really an accent, but you're going to taper. Because all of your notes are shaped like bells anyway, right? You play a note, doi, and it comes out like ba, like it's like a vibraphone, right? When you strike a vibraphone, you hear this glow in the tone, and you hear the initial articulation, and then it kind of goes like ring, ring, and that's the ringing that we need, right? So the E is going to give you a little bit less sound, and then you're going to be able to then crescendo again.
Yeah.
Okay, try it. Yeah, good. Go all the way to the yada ba, and then come back. Yada ba, jazzy. Yes. Now, do you hear the difference between that?
Yeah.
See, now I feel like you're in it. Before I thought, wow, this is like, you can really play, like you sound so great, but you weren't like committed to the shape of the line. Now, I want to tell you something else, that a great teacher, there's like, Sandra Vague is a great violinist, my husband is a violinist, and we're really inspired by great musicians of the past and the future and the present. But he would say, you know, like, when you see the shape of the line, like if the line goes up, make a crescendo. If the line goes down, make a diminuendo. Don't do nothing. Because you're maintaining control. Like, and as wind players, we're taught to control everything and like make sure you don't get too sharp and too this and too that. But what happens is we stop playing musically as a result of it, because we get overly self-conscious. The string players, they're playing in tune. They worry about all that stuff too. But they actually, you can see everything is outside. You can see how much energy they play. You need to have a lot more energy too, and you can hear here like like that's a cute little thing. Like if you were to take actually just a piece of transparent paper and put it over the top and just draw the note heads, you would see the shape of the line. And that would feel like a roller coaster. You want to feel like up is down, down is up. You want to feel the energy through that line. Yeah. So can you play a little bit more from here? Good, now here, that's great, now here. When you're piano, what does the air need to do?
Get faster?
Yeah! It needs to get way more pressure, because forte air is like, hey, I'm riding the wave, I'm good, right? You got the wave, you're good. Then suddenly there's piano air, and it's like, and the piano air goes like this. Out of the flute. So piano, mezzo piano, it's air under way more pressure. It's so much less air, but it's under more pressure. That's why sometimes when you articulate in the soft registers, you're not getting a front to the note because the airspeed isn't fast enough. And then you're relying on your tongue to make the sound, but the tongue only cuts up the sound. The tongue does not support the air. The tongue is just articulation. Everything else is done with your intercostal muscles and all of that, right? And the air speed. Yeah. So faster air here so your tongue can be lighter, and let's see if it gets crisper. Okay?
Do you want me to start right there?
No, well, pick a spot there maybe. I loved the opening, by the way. I want to hear the C articulated, so the C has to be shorter. Right, so there's a... See how much less? I can't see that. Okay. So the It's so dark, I can't see anything. So much, you can almost hear like, there's a lot of like it's not, it's that air is coming out fast. Go ahead. Yes, aren't you glad we're vaccinated? All this air we're blowing up here. Go ahead. Yep. Good, keep going. Yes. That's great, keep going. Nice. And in fact, can you push crescendo through it?
Okay.
Yeah. And then like it's like you're doing this to it as opposed to like ba-da-da-da-da-da. Like if a composer writes something once, he means it. If he writes it again, he really means it. And if he keeps writing it, he really means it. You know, so you should be committed to it. Either you're going to make a crescendo or a decrescendo. In this case, we don't want to see a decrescendo. And I can see somebody's written a crescendo there too.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was. Okay, here we go. Now this is, what finger are you using for that note? You're good. Your G sharp key is down. Excelente. Go ahead, right there. Do you know the Rodrigo Concerto?
Yeah.
That's like a dead quote from it, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
how
totally.
The octaves always. And
Right.
then
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Right, exactly. Right there. Good. And when you stay with your sound like that, and can you come down and just try to bring the flute a little bit forward? That help at all?
Yeah. I think it's because I have a tendency to kind of like want to like arrive, so then it makes me just huff a little too hard.
Okay, so when you're here, lighten up the sound a little bit here, increase the airspeed from here.
Okay.
Just increase it from the A flat. Let's see what happens. Could be a disaster. I could be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because also balancing the registers is knowing where to increase the air and where to decrease the air. So if you find that you're cracking something, it means you're coming into it too hot, right? And if you can play smoothly into it, then the airspeed is probably right. But there's always turnarounds, and that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about was where's a place where you crack? You hardly crack at all, so it's hard to find one. But
probably
in the cadenza.
Yeah, like these weird like noodle things.
Yeah, are you playing all regular fingerings there?
Besides this one, yeah.
Okay, all right. There was like when you come down like this stuff. Okay, it's like this kind of thing. Can you play right from here, Pimoso? Good. Now, can you energize the ta-da-da-da, ta-da-da-da, and crescendo, yay, so like be a little bit like, but da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, be lighter on the F, da-da-da-dee, da-da-da-dee, da-da-da-da, so more energy on those notes, a little bit lighter on the top, so you get more sculpted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, so you get that kind of like the articulation helps you make the phrase, but also you're not trying to play forte through here. You're going to be lighter there and then make this crescendo all the way through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Am I out? Okay, all right, you sound phenomenal. But so basically, just to recap, it's the positioning of the low register and also finding places where to, like in this thing here, ya-do-da, ya-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Play right here really quick while they get the next person. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. From here, crescendo, crescendo from here, crescendo from here. Right, as opposed to now play just where you go ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Less clean,
yeah,
right? Because you're going to take these three notes in the articulation that you make, then you're going to energize through here. Try it again. So these three notes fall in the sound of the first articulation, and then you energize. Try it again, one more time the other way. Right, I'm just going to slow your fingers down at the top, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, this is great. I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you so much for
sound great.
giving me this opportunity.
You're going to be a flutist, right?
Yes.
I think you absolutely should be.
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing more of you and seeing your name everywhere.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. What are you playing on too, by the way?
Oh, I play on a Pro right now.
Beautiful. They're great flutes.
Yeah. It's helped me.
Can I just see how you're set up? Let me just look at your setup really quick. Awesome. Great. Phenomenal. Your music.
Yes. Shipped all the way from New Zealand, so.
Incredible. Yeah.
Thank
Wonderful.
you so much.
Beautiful job. Thank you. Amazing. Really great.